Before we get started with the rest of the agenda, I'd like to introduce Dr. Anthony Amato, new superintendent of Stockton Unified School District. Please welcome with a great round of applause. Mr. Amato, a few words.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, President Castillo. First and foremost, I want to thank the Stockton community for supporting my presence here in terms of really asking me to hold the honor of serving what is most precious to you, the children of Stockton. Secondly, since my 4 children of 7 will be in the public school system, I now also have the honor of saying I will be serving our children of Stockton. And I want to be very clear that in moving forward, there are just a few thoughts that I want to share with you this evening. Number one, in terms of the district office, in terms of the way we are going to function as a district office, I'm a very firm believer that the district is dedicated to serving the schools. That is its prime function, to serve teachers, serve administrators. If they do not do that, and I want to make this perfectly clear as a first statement out, if we do not serve the primary customer, who in turn is then helped to serve the children, and the district office does not deserve to function as a district office. We are here to serve, starting with the superintendent and everybody else at the district office. We serve the schools so they can better serve our children. That's my basic statement about the district office. Secondly, I intend to meet with all constituents as quickly as possible. Business, political, all our constituencies for parents, all our activist organizations, our children, our faith-based, and I'm going to do a lot of listening. And in that listening, I'm only going to ask a few hard questions. The questions will simply be, is what you're saying best for our children? Is that what you really want for our children of Stockton? And are you willing to step forward with all of us and help us get there? And I'm going to bring back all those dreams and aspirations to this school board, and I'm going to be asking them, what is your pleasure? Can we realize this dream together? That is going to be my second main focus, immediately. A third main focus is going to be what's most important on July 28th and 29th, and that's the opening up of school. We have to make the school student ready in every sense of the word. Staffing has to be up to speed. They have to be well-resourced in terms of books and all the supplies and everything else that children need. And we have to make them absolutely sparkly clean. We want the schools to have the best opening they've ever had, in every way. In terms of those 3 actionable items, I also want to speak of 3 values that will follow us all the way through. And the 3 values that I will espouse over and over again, both with our school board, with the public, with all of you, are very simple values. First and foremost, a relentless focus on children. Laser-beamed focus that will not waver, ever. Everything is aligned for student achievement. If it's not, we don't want it. It's very simple. Secondly, integrity. Are we going to do what we say we're going to do? Are we going to accomplish what we say we're going to accomplish? Are we going to achieve what we say we're going to achieve? Do we have the integrity to follow through and make things happen in the way in which we said it was going to happen? And third, transparency. Every nook and cranny of this district has to be totally transparent. And I will say this, and I will say this in front of the board members, and I will say this in front of the community at large. We will make mistakes. That is the nature of an organization this complex and with this many variables. Mistakes will be made. Now here's the question. Do we admit to them? Do we fix them? And do we put something in place that will prevent them from happening again? And if the answer is yes to those questions, I would expect both the board and the public at large to say, okay, that was a mistake, it was an honest mistake, we move on, as opposed to everything being convoluted around the mistakes that were made. I will ask the board to also support a series of audits, financial, organizational, academic, and what I call organizational health. How healthy is this organization? And the findings will be made public, and it will be part of our strategic plan, which I will present to the board to see if they want to support that direction. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that besides thanking this great community, I want to thank the school board members individually and as a group. When all is said and done, and I looked at all the records, and I read all the articles, and I looked at all the video clips, and I know that there's a lot of contentious situations and a lot of talking, things going back and forth, but at the end of the day, nationally, school boards just have a few really important things they have to do. One is always, can we pass a bond issue? That's big. And I have to tell you, most bond issues in this country do not pass easily if they pass at all. And this school board and this community came together in one magnificent swoop and passed Measure Q. Secondly, we have to pass a budget. This has got to be the most contentious budget in anybody's recent memory in terms of everything that has happened in this great state of California. And they did it. And third, we have to pick a superintendent. Big issue. Big issue. And they came to closure around that. So ladies and gentlemen, whatever you might think, whatever you might say in terms of all the noise back and forth, on the big issues, budget, bonds, superintendent, your board came together. And for that, I personally, not because it's me, but because it's a model for boards. Many boards can't do this. I personally want to thank them. I want to applaud them, and I hope you join me in this applause. Thank you.